Test, test, test. And it looks like we are live. Which is a wonderful, amazing thing to do. To be. Good to be live. Alright. So, hello everyone. My name is Tortalic. This is the Tortalic channel. A variety gaming channel that is not very variety at the moment. But we are working on that. We're actually close to 1 year since the first video dropped. And I would like to say that over this year we have steadily been getting a little bit better at the YouTube thing. Trying a lot of different approaches and generally trying to make better content. I'm not going to say that I'm the best. I've had very little experience, especially compared to others who are doing amazingly in this field. But I thought it would be fun to try out nonetheless. So, welcome. This stream is part of a Space Engineer Survival series that is on its 20th episode. And if you want to go back and watch them chronologically, without spoilers, you can go ahead. I mean, there's a little image on here that has a spoiler on it already. But if you want to go back, watch the series without spoilers, go to my channel. There's a playlist. It is full of Space Engineers videos in chronological order. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into this. And if you want, I'm gonna do the whole intro thing with my graphic here that might be slightly delayed, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you want, you can go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. That like button just tells me that you like the content, which is good to hear. The subscribe button will help you to find this channel easier. And the bell icon will notify you when I publish a video. So any number of those things would help me out significantly. But we're going to jump right into it. Survival Series 1, Episode 20. And apparently we're getting a lot of updates. I know that there was a big update coming to the game with the Warfare 2 pack coming out soon, and railguns. Railguns are going to be amazing. Just vanilla railguns. And they're pretty big too. So those are going to be a very welcome addition to the game. I might not even add really any particular weapon mods to the game if that railgun seems to be very nice indeed, as it looks to be. Because, you know, usually I haven't had much experience with the game, but I've seen a few little playthroughs here and there, which is how I kind of understand how some things work. And mostly the consensus is that the vanilla weapons don't add too terribly much in the way of variety. But with the railgun, I think that sort of rounds it all out. I think that's the one new addition we really needed. A big gun. Hey, we got Aaron. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Rubstar. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. But hey, glad to have you here as we load into the game. Glad to see you. Hope you're enjoying the content. Correct. Nice. Yeah, there's also, you might notice that there's a slight 2-second delay between us. But yeah, glad to have you here. Glad to have you. I am in no means. Oh, why did the turrets just. Did I run out of power? Okay, that was concerning. Okay. Yeah, I'm in no means a source of quality content, but I'm glad you're enjoying this. As I sort of gain experience trial by fire style live. Yep. So this is where we are. We have completed the Saint Elise, which is stocked with stone, and the turrets worry me quite a bit, actually. All of the turrets. I'm wondering. Okay, we do have a significant amount of power. I don't know if there's a problem with one of my mods right now, because I've got weapon core in here. I've got the vanilla weapons that adjust the vanilla weapons to work with weapon core. But with the game changing very soon, I have no idea what's going on with my turrets at the moment. So I guess while the Saint Elise is sort of working through some issues, I'm gonna try to take manual control of a turret and see what's going on. I think that is the best way to sort of learn what's going on here. Nice. You know, I have not experienced this game on console, but I have seen a few sort of like Xbox tutorials. I know it's on Xbox. I'm not sure if it's on PlayStation. But I know they have it for Xbox. Are you an Xbox gamer? Okay. So I can take control. Yes, the rover is amazing. I took. Oh, this actually uses ammunition, but it's good to know that the turret works. Yeah, the rover is nice. It is. It is huge, but it is very nice. Yeah, you just kind of continually build. Um, there's not too terribly. Oh shoot, that's pause. How do I get out of the turrets? That is a wonderful question. There we go. So the turrets are working despite their interesting position. But yeah, there's not much of an end game, honestly. It's you can add mods and you can have a specific goal in your playthrough, which is probably good to have. Currently, the goal is probably get to space, and then there's probably some goals after that, like we can go to different planets. Sort of set up some outposts around. 25 by 25. That is very big. I've heard of an issue where if you make the wheels too large, or no, if you make the rover too heavy, the rover can sometimes like phase through the ground because of its weight, and the hitbox isn't really calculated too quickly. I don't know. I've heard of that being an issue. Do you ever encounter that with your 25 by 25 wheels? That seems like an issue. But yeah, I designed this rover in creative and then just projectored. Used a projector. Um, Built the nanites in the middle first. And then it sort of self-built itself from there. Oh yeah. There are servers on this game. It's probably a really nice scene to have servers. I have no experience with servers, but yeah. Oftentimes servers are a lot more goal oriented and there's like a specific time limit. At least the ones that I've seen. They're up for a certain amount of time And there's certain goals and certain factions of players that work together. I'm not making that mistake again. Unknown signal and parallax base pod. I want to take out the base pod ASAP. I have a vendetta. Like, I know I have... I want to take them out before I go to space. Maybe I build a small fighter craft that's capable of going to space, but I want to take them out. They're on my front doorstep, and they've killed me several times. Oh no. So you use the 25 by 25s on a server. Yikes. Yeah, server lag is probably a huge issue. Having that many players all being able to do things and build things. I mean, I have enough lag on my computer when I just look at this turbine tower. Just visually, it's almost too much for my computer to handle. Yeah, I find in this thing you have to drive pretty slow too. It's not like, it's not that you really, well, I haven't been able to get to high speeds, honestly, because this thing has just been full of resources. And taking turns too. Like, it reduces your speed 5-fold or something crazy. But yeah, we are slowly building the Overminer Mark II, which had a tragic death the first time around. For the Saint Elise, I built that one in creative and then blueprinted it. So I designed it. And I sort of use creative mode as a tool to do something off camera. But this design was basically just to have a mobile nanite factory that could also do processing and protect itself fairly well. I wanted this rover to be able to do a lot of different things. Yeah, so this was a blueprint. I built this one block by block in the survival world. So this wasn't a blueprint, but I could turn it into one after. The battery buggy was built block by block, but it suffered a tragic fate. All of my buildings were block by block. This is really the only thing I've blueprinted, I believe. The nanites. Yeah, the nanites, I have a mod. And you can see the little streams of particles going to and fro the St. Elise. The nanites are consuming a ton of power. Like, normally you wouldn't have to have this, but my nanites are just going nuts. And they are taking materials from the St. Elise, and they are doing my welding for me. Like, I haven't welded anything in this cargo container, and you can see there's 300 interior plates, plus 60 interior plates, and 8 computers, and a display, and motors. They're doing my work for me, essentially. They're helping me build quite a bit here. I did a little bit of the design work, and the nanites are doing the brunt of the work. And in exchange, it sounds really overpowered. It sounds really overpowered, but in exchange, I have to build this giant either renewable power supply or I have to use a lot of hydrogen. I just have to kind of burn it. Yeah. I really like this rover design too. I tried to make it look like the engines were in the front, and I sort of added this dynamic nose piece. This was the first rover I've ever designed large scale. Because there was the battery buggy, and then there was this. And I had watched a few other series, so I had certain things in mind. Like I wanted to be able to access the cargo from here. I wanted to have some batteries. I think probably the thing I most regret about this world, but also it was essential, is that I've just gone overboard with batteries. This thing has 20 on board, 20 large batteries. The base has 50. The Overminer is gonna have 30. They're definitely a resource. Definitely. Definitely a resource. But yeah, just having all this stuff exposed in the hallway here is just really nice. And for the nanites, I've opted for some upgrade modules here. I believe 2 speeds in the back, 4 power efficiencies, because power is a huge issue. And then just more constructor nanites. But the issue is I haven't been able to get enough gold. So I'm really lacking in superconductors. But yeah, I really like this design. It took a couple of streams because I built a connector directly under here, and I built this by hand, and then I just had it do its own construction for me. And I just had to keep chucking resources into it. So that was very nice to sort of get established in the early game, but it's really not an early game item because of its power requirement. I had to keep turning it on and off for my batteries to recharge. And all of that wonderful, painful footage is available. The live streams are still there, all 19 episodes up until this point. But yeah, we recently took this over to the magnesium mine and filled it with stone and magnesium. So the turbines had a wonderful chance to kind of catch up. And while we burned through all of our hydrogen, it was almost a mess. We almost ran out of power. I don't know if we were that close, but it was certainly looking a little sketchy. But yeah, I really want this portable mining rig. That way I can go get the gold and silver very easily. And that is basically where we're at now. Just letting the nanites build automatically. The biggest thing is probably to make sure that the resources are doing okay. Because I can go ahead and look in, see how much iron we have available. It's not much here. It's 50,000 there. And then, were we storing it in a cargo container? Apparently not. I'm scanning here and I don't really see Oh, this is the cargo container. Okay. So yeah, we are probably halfway. We're either 3/4 of the way or halfway through our iron, because we either started with 200,000 or 100,000. But I imagine steel plates has been a huge factor. Oh, and motors. Because each one of the large thrusters requires 1,100 motors, and there are 12 of them. So running the numbers, that's like 13,000 motors. So yeah, steel plates is having a heck of a time right now. I need to turn the magnesium mine back on. I need to get more stone. Because currently there is no easy way to go get iron, pure iron. And when you get stone, you just get silicone and everything too with it. But this is the setup that I have currently. And it seems to be working pretty nicely, where I just keep moving the drill out more and more manually. Once the hole is large enough, probably going to start automating it with a piston. But yeah. This is, I think we're going on I think we're well above hour 30 in this world. because each episode is like somewhere between 1.5 and 5 hours. So yeah, it's been a long time. Lots of little mishaps here and there, sort of stopping the progress. But I'm going to turn the drills back on, and that one advanced rotor is going to turn back on as well, so it can slowly rotate around. It looks like we're getting a little bit of ice too. Oh, no, that was just a visual glitch apparently. No ice for me, only magnesium and stone. But yeah, I originally punch drilled down with a bunch of gosh, pistons, yeah. Just punch drilled down, and now I'm just widening it. And I'm probably going to go down a layer occasionally, so I never hit the surface, since we're on such a slope here. That's also what's really terrible about getting the St. Elise rover over here, because it's so big and the slope is not ideal at all. It's so alarming. But yeah, we are going to be streaming for probably a couple hours here, so, and it will all be available afterward. So no matter what way you want to observe this content, you are welcome to. All in one shot live, or later on where you can fast forward through certain bits. That is a-okay by me. Yeah, the important thing is just that I'm evolving slowly as a YouTuber, and maybe you're enjoying the content. If there's something that you think I could do a little bit better, let me know. I think this stream in particular is going particularly well, though. Just a little feeling that I have. And everything is just slowly building up. We have drills. What was this grid? Something ridiculous like 13 by 13? -2? That is over 150 drills, I think. Quick maths. I'm still very concerned about these turrets, but I suppose I don't need... Maybe they just added something to the game where while they're not shooting, they're just kind of obviously dormant, you know? And they're not just like locked into the last direction they were facing. I'm very curious about that, because that really took me off guard at the beginning of the video. Debug. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Aiming radius. Definitely want to turn that down a little bit, because they're not very accurate far away. There aren't any biologicals, there's no wolves or anything enabled on this playthrough. They look powered off. Yeah, they do. Nice, thank you. Yeah, just trying to, I guess, add my own spark into the playthrough. Slowly but surely, I'm trying to figure out what that is, but I think it's going really well. Target's projectiles, sure. Yeah, if anyone shoots a missile at my base, definitely gonna want to shoot that down. Meteors, I don't think I have those turned on, but sure. Grids, yes. Focus fire, I think that's a weapon core thing. But if I ever choose a target, then sure, yeah. A particular subsystem, yes. Focus and repel small threats. Don't exactly know what that means. But I want to attack their offensive abilities first so they can't do damage to me. Unless they ram me, then I'm screwed. I'm gonna let it do its own tracking mode because I don't have that kind of knowledge. Automatic camera channel. This definitely looks very fancy. I don't think, last time I looked at this menu, I don't think it was this fancy. I don't think there were this many issues. Or, not issues, but settings. Two very different things. Show block and tool. I mean, just toggle them off and back on. But yeah, I think this is just a new thing in the game. Either in one of the mods or the game itself. But I think they wanted to change the turrets so that when they are not doing anything, it's very obvious. That is my guess. Because I can take control of one of them and shoot one of them just fine. It's not an ammo issue. Because these two in particular, I know are absolutely filled to the brim with ammunition. So that is as much troubleshooting as I'm going to be able to do for those turrets without having some sort of target for them to shoot at. Eventually might add the other 2 power towers to make this thing completely radially symmetric. But that's a little bit of materials, and I kind of need those right now. And I don't necessarily need the power, because if you look in there, it is looking pretty nice. But speaking of all of that wonderful power, I kind of want it here on the rover, because I think I'm going to make another trip out to the mine. So I need to switch my batteries over to recharge. I need to put them all in a group first. That way everything... Oh gosh, this is going to be a mess. No, wait. I want the ones that are attached. The red ones are the ones that are either on my base or on the Overminer, because they're on the other side of the connector. The white ones are the ones that are on board, and they are the ones that I want to target in this battery group. Ideally, I get all of them, but if I miss one, it's fine. Battery-ST, batteries of the Saint. And then if I go in here to groups, I can take these and set them to recharge. So now they're all recharging, hopefully all of them. It looks like I did get all of them. And they will be sapping power from the base. Maybe at an alarming rate. I will have to see. Because none of my hydrogen engines are currently working. It's just turbines at the moment, because I do not have ice. Ice definitely evaporates when we get it, and we turn our hydrogen engines on. But yeah, this is coming together pretty well. I just don't think we have the iron to finish the job. So yeah, we are going to need to go back to the magnesium mine. And I know firsthand the pain of trying to transport all the materials by hand. And some of you who have watched some of my videos have also gotten that secondhand pain. So not trying to do that anymore. And I also ended up putting this cargo container here with a Draenol sorter, which was really nice because when I had to go through taking all these drills apart, just being able to just stick all the materials in here and have them automatically go to the cargo container, that was very life-saving. Saved so much time. But it is slowly making this hole wider. And if I get the nanites over here, I can easily replace these drills. It looks like, though, we are getting closer to the closer to harvesting all of the materials it can reach, because they're really only causing sparks about half the time, which means they're only going to get a few hundred at a time. So we got a little bit in here, but by all means that is not huge numbers compared to what we've seen. We've seen 6 million stone get gobbled up by the Saint Elise. In probably 30 minutes, it processed it and then used it. So 25,000 is going to be very rookie numbers. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. We're going to need to place those drills differently. And we are going to need to take the St. Elise over there. Now, it would take a full 20 minutes for these batteries to completely fill. But I think we will be fine driving it over as long as the nanites aren't actively doing anything. And during the drive, they shouldn't. During the drive, they should not be doing anything in particular. So I think we make the journey. That's not far, but this thing is crazy to maneuver, and I'm probably gonna have to mess with its settings a little bit as I learn what it could benefit from, honestly. 8% hydrogen, so we do have a little bit of hydrogen on board. I'm gonna set the batteries back to auto. I'm gonna unlock, and I'm gonna turn the hydrogen engines on just so they can burn through that hydrogen. Get us a little bit of extra power as we only have 35 minutes of it. Not the most ideal. Oh no. We're having an issue with all sorts of notifications. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, before on this channel we had issues where Discord notifications were getting on the stream. I took a look at it with the delay just so I wouldn't miss it. And yeah, a Steam notification got on the stream as well. I'm gonna need to fix that. That's gonna take time to fix. So we're just gonna bank here. And because this control seat is so far forward, it's gonna basically be impossible to park it from here. Oh no. Yeah, I'm vaguely remembering some important things that I had to do in the near past. I put a giant atmospheric thruster on the top of this thing just so it could move, and then I took it off for some reason. That's probably not the wait, is that a hill? Wait. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. The ground looks level enough here, I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get closer and park. And then we have another control seat we can use to get the fine parking maneuvers. It was this one we were using. Pretty sure. Oh, the fog. I don't know why I decided, no, I'm not going to turn on meteors, but I'm going to turn on weather. Why was that an idea in my head? Okay, yeah. And we're locked. That was much easier than I was expecting it to be. And the great thing about having nanites too is I do not have to worry all that much about doing slight little bits of damage here and there, especially on the connectors, because the nanites will repair anything that is on the grid or connected to. So if there's any damage there, it will automatically get fixed at the cost of a lot of power. But yeah. That stone is now mine, a little bit of magnesium's mine. But I've got to say, I'm going to need to move these drills, and that's going to be a lot of work for the nanites. Not something that I think our power situation can particularly handle. We shall see. So I snag a few steel plates so I can start building things. And I'm going to see where I can't slip a drill in here somewhere. Could it fit? No chance. No chance that that fits. But there is a chance that that fits. I'm liking it. Yeah, I need a little bit of interior plates, because I'm going to stick that in there. And that in there. And then I'm going to get a drill in here. Just make the new line of drills that is slightly further out, and will get us slightly more resources. I'm gonna need to start disassembling all of the other things so that we have components. Just gotta watch my hydrogen. Yeah. And this playthrough's been crazy. Because just the sheer amount of resource collection and power management you have to do sometimes, it's a lot more than you expect going in. Yeah, it started out as this punch drill, and now it's just I'm slowly trying to widen the hole. I think it gets me probably a couple million stone at a time, but we just go right through it for some reason. Go ahead and just drop all that in there. But yeah. Oh my gosh, there's fog. I wanted to kind of show off the design a little bit. But yeah, we had this just interwoven system of pistons, and we just punch drilled for a while. And then after that was fully extended, just decided to keep using the same hole, widen it out. Because there's still magnesium around the rim here, and we can get a bunch of stone too. Stone's not the best thing, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I would like to take all these off after I know there's no stone in them, but it'll be fine. Just empty the inventory. That's all connected, right? Yep. So let me destroy all these drills. I think I can only do 2 at a time. And then I have to go place the materials back in here. But thankfully our nanites will be able to take care of all those resources. And it'll just cost us a lot of power. Oh, we need to go fill the hydrogen. Oh, we have no hydrogen. I forgot, I told the Saint Elise to eat all of our hydrogen. No. Wait, I need that for flying. Oh, it sounds like they're still going. Okay. 5%. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me find the hydrogen tank number 1, because it's set to refill bottles. Alright. Got to save a little bit of that hydrogen. Power's looking pretty decent. All things considered, not too shabby. Is gravel really a large reactor? I haven't messed with any reactors in survival yet. I am very new to this. Yeah, I've seen a lot of designs that have the ejector on them, but I've been trying to process all of my stone from the start. I just have a general thing about wasting resources. Make the hole big enough, you can make an underground hangar. Yeah. Oh, I'm on Earth. Yeah, I'm on the general Earth. I'm just in a very icy biome. So I guess that, yeah, there's probably snow in the air too. So I guess it just makes it really dense fog. Yeah, but I'm just on Earth. The beginning of this playthrough, I just spawned in on a drop pod after dying 5 times trying to figure out how to start off the game. And this one clicked, and I got hydrogen power pretty easily, but I haven't set up any automatic ice mining, so hydrogen is a slight issue, because I set myself up with a high demand for it and never really got a steady supply. Wow. Yeah, easily 66,000 gravel per large reactor. With those numbers, I think I have 200,000 gravel that I haven't really been using stored at base. So I can make a bunch of large reactors. I wouldn't have uranium to power any of them. Daily needs mod. I've seen a lot about that. I have not turned on a daily needs mod or anything yet. But this was my first survival playthrough. So I died because I broke the wrong things on the drop pod, and then I just couldn't do anything. And I think I have some encounters mods too. So when I tried to spawn in on a spaceship that I'd created in creative, that immediately got shot down. Like, first 10 minutes of the first stream, it got shot down immediately. So I just started using respawn pods, because Yeah, I was gonna give myself a little bit of a leg up at the beginning because I haven't played this before, but yeah, I lost that privilege immediately. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely planning on going up to space soon. I'll probably use this hole as sort of like a vertical launch for my first design with hydrogen thrusters on it. But until then, it is just my stone mine. I haven't built anything with hydrogen thrusters yet, and the only flying ship I built was something that did not work well with thruster damage and mined way too much stone for it to carry. Space is dangerous. Yeah, I imagine if you run out of power, there's just nothing you can really do except hope you have enough for a solar panel. Because then you just drift. There's nothing really you can do. Hydrogen thrusters, though. But I mean, if you run out of hydrogen too, then you're done. There's not a ton you can do to save yourself at that point. Oh, we have little bits of stone in here. Oh no. At least the nanites have the cleanup on them. Yeah, I did my first playthrough, I'm using the nanite control facility. I did not know how much power that thing was gonna need. That was wild. That's not the buttons I wanted to hit. Oh yeah. You do need to power the gyroscopes no matter what, pretty much. You don't have gyros, all you can do is just push off in one of the 6 directions and just hope. That's crazy. Yeah, I have a feeling we are probably gonna hit some unique issues once we get to space. Because I've never been there in survival before. I've done a little bit of creating in space. I actually created the St. Elise in space. The big old rover sitting up there. Not the best place to make it, but you know, it made sense to me, I guess. Plenty of space to build things. Build and repair system. Yeah, it's probably easier to use. I don't know. I was kind of debating because I was like, well, I don't know if I want to use the nanites at all because they seem kind of OP. But how cool would it be to like build a rover that could build itself? You know? So I built the core of the St. Elise, and it had the nanite control facility in there. And then using a projector, it just built the rest of itself. And I thought that was just nice, just in general. And then I figured out that turbines make like 500 kilowatts, and the nanites sometimes require 100 megawatts. So you need like 200 turbines to power this thing. So I had to turn it on and off very frequently. Yeah, I'm definitely I added some modular encounter stuff, but I don't know if I got mod orders and stuff correct. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm questioning at this point because I haven't been attacked yet. I've spent so many hours on what I can only assume to be one of the poles, either the north or south pole of Earth. And nothing's come after me. There's this one Parallax Expedition base pod over there. But that's the only enemy I've seen, except for when I did have the flying ship with the gun on it. When I had a flying ship with a gun on it, a drone came and immediately wiped me out. But since then, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any enemies fly. And I've only seen 1 or 2 bases. Yeah, the building mods. They really make life a lot easier. It's been a huge power demands, but I think I like the trade-off. It doesn't make it too overpowered because it requires a lot out of you. I like it. I like it a lot. I think we are just about ready to expand the radius here. Turn on all those outer drills. I'm gonna do that as soon as I deposit all these resources. Yeah, I think the modular encounters mods, from what I've heard, they attack based off of how strong whatever you have is. Like, they count points, and if you have guns, it adds to the points. If you have, like, better armor, it counts to the points. So likely the attacks were stronger because you had better things on Titan. Yeah. I found that the beginning of this playthrough was really grindy. Like, I don't think I knew what efficiency was. Because I just kept throwing myself at the problem, not really fixing it too much, just dumping resources in, not really making the best use of them. So the beginning of this playthrough definitely turned out pretty grindy. But now, I can just build a bunch of drills to do that for me. And occasionally I do have to go get gold myself. But I do want to build the Overminer. I'm not sure if you have seen that build yet back at home base with the turbines. But I'm designing this basically flying drill ship to bore down in the ground, get a large cargo container worth of materials, and come back. And I want it to get my gold and silver deposit that I've already tracked down. I don't want to do that by hand. I've gone to go get gold at least 20 times, and it's like 2 kilometers away from my base. Yeah. I wanted large thrusters on it, and I wanted to leave a lot of room because of, I didn't want the thrusters to hit the wall, I didn't want the thrusters to do damage to the drills. So it ended up being a pretty big design. It has hydrogen engines, hydrogen tank, O2 generators. It's equipped. It just needs to go get ice first after being charged by the base. It's got like 30 batteries on it too. I think I own 100 batteries at this point in the playthrough. St. Delise has got 20, base has got 50, the drill's gonna have 30. I probably went a little overboard on them, but I've had power issues, so I never want to have power issues ever again. A small miner with 3 cargo containers? Man. I built the Overminer Mark 1, which is what I called the first design that I slapped together in survival. And it had 1 cargo container. But when that cargo container filled, The large atmospheric thruster that was positioned above the large cargo container started doing damage to the cargo container. And when the cargo container snapped, everything just exploded right in front of my base. So I had to transport everything back in using the nanites. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And that's why I put a lot of thought into the Overminer Mark II, but I didn't do any calculations, so I hope it works better. A lot of batteries because you use shields. Yeah, shields scale off of how much power you're able to output at a given time. So batteries definitely help with that. And just being able to store the power in general. I do have shield mod in this game, but I haven't currently made any use of it. I just heard that the modular encounters could use shields. So I wanted to go ahead and allow the bases that spawn to maybe have a shield on them. So I added shield mod from the beginning. And we are slowly churning the hole wider and wider. And I think we are definitely going to attach that to a piston, so I can do that automatically at some point. But let's see the stone. So we're currently working on magnesium for whatever reason. Hey, that's a million stone right there. We didn't have any stone before. Yeah, it doesn't look that crazy. It doesn't look like I'm taking too much more out of the side. But when you consider that the larger the hole gets, you know, the more perimeter I'm taking, it's I'm just gonna yield more and more stone the larger this hole gets. It's gonna be amazing. Joe, why not hook it up to a piston? Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do very soon. I figured that it was a little bit cramped, so I've been digging the hole wider. Like, the hole was this wide, and there's this like little lip here of where you can see that I have been slowly digging it wider and wider. It was a little cramped before, but I definitely do want to opt for a piston design soon. Maybe I can fit 2 pistons in, but even one would just be like 20 times better than what I've got going on right now, because I have to keep drilling them or grinding them down and then building them back up. But I'm floating here wasting hydrogen. Enemies and bases that have shields. Yeah, I need to figure out the mod order to make sure that I have that correct, because as I say, I am a very new player to this. This was my first rover design. Oh, I mean, my first large grid rover. I had a battery buggy that was really small, two medium cargo containers. It was pretty decent at transporting materials, but yeah. They can grind stuff for me. Yeah, the mod can grind stuff for me. I can put a deconstruct beacon on a grid, and it will deconstruct the whole grid. So theoretically, I could cut off all the drills and then put a deconstruct beacon on it. But yeah, with the build and repair, it's a lot easier because you can paint them a color. Yeah. Build and repair is definitely a lot more versatile. I don't know. I just like the look of this massive nanite control facility that consumes all of my power and does all of my work for me. I think it's a nice trade-off. I don't know as much about build and repair. And honestly, I didn't know as much about nanites when I went in. I basically knew nothing, except for what they might be able to do for me. Yeah. So yeah, my nanites can do that job. It's just a little bit more clunky of a process. For the build and repair, it's a lot more streamlined because all you have to do is paint. And it does a lot of smart things for you. Which, I mean, the nanites are very smart as well. Sometimes I don't understand what they're trying to work on at the moment, but that's because I didn't understand them well enough and how they queue up resources. Upgrade slots on the nanite factory. Yes, they are. A little bit early in the video, I was talking about those two, but the two in the front add more construction nanites, so just more things that it can target. I've got two on the sides here, two there, so that's 4 power upgrade ones. And then if I swing to the back, I've got 2 speed upgrade ones. But the trick is that they're not fully built yet because I need the gold. They're very expensive, boys. Like, some of the power ones, I've made sure that they are built so that I can get a little bit more power efficiency off of this massive thing. The component list is so long it goes off the page. That took a long time to build. I had to go gold mining so many times. But yeah, I want to get the Overminer to get me some gold because I want to finish these upgrade modules. Have the nanites work a little bit more efficiently. So yeah, the nanite has 8 upgrade slots. Honestly, I don't know if I've seen such an improvement after making sure that 2 of the power ones are built. It might take off like 1 megawatt at a time, but because it uses so many megawatts, just over time, even 1 megawatt less is gonna save me a lot of power. So I've opted for not really understanding what the exact benefit is, but just going for it because it's gonna help me out in the long run. But yeah, there's this little line of magnesium that I'm hitting too, but mostly I'm here right now for the stone. Magnesium is just kind of like a byproduct that will also help me get a vast arsenal of ammunition. But yeah, we are surprisingly still getting some stone in here. I just want to make sure that the refineries are working on stone and not magnesium. I also noticed this weird thing about the game recently. Let me find my stone. If I change the order here, then stone is going to go into the refinery more often than the magnesium will, because it's first. So then when I look at the refinery, if I take the magnesium out, right, then stone comes in. Whereas magnesium would have just replaced it earlier. So on this refinery, I'm going to take it back to the cargo container and just start processing that 2 million stone. It's crazy. You think of 2 million stone and you're like, oh man, that's a lot of stone, but we went through 6 million stone in the blink of an eye. It's like chump numbers for us, and I don't understand why. And then I'm over here building 12 large atmospheric thrusters, and I still don't understand why. Yeah, 1,200 superconductors. I was gold mining so long that I was doing like math on it, and I think the way that I was refining before, like each gold turned into like 0.66 of a. I don't remember. It was a lot of gold. That's all I remember. It was like 12,000. I want to say it was like 120,000 gold ore that I had to pick up, or maybe more, because that's how many like one superconductor needed like 0.66 gold. So maybe it was like 80,000 gold. I don't know. It was a lot. I had to take at least 20 trips. I'm just glad that I set the character inventory to maximum, to times 10. How many refineries are on board? I just have the two with yield modules slapped all over them. So they're not extremely fast, but they will give me the maximum amount. And then I have two assemblers snuck in here, and I know that they have some power efficiency on them because power is a huge problem. But I think that on the other sides, because I used all four sides with upgrade modules, I think I put some speed on it. Wonder if I can tell the assemblers. Power efficiency and productivity are up. So I used all of the upgrade module slots. Speed module, power efficiency. So I guess just 2 of each. 2 powers, 2 speeds. And I have 2 separate assemblers with the same setup. Mining for platinum. I haven't even found platinum yet. Pretty sure it's not on Earth. Raiding ships for platinum, yeah. Oh, shields require a lot of platinum. Ooh. I'm glad that the nanites didn't require platinum. I would have been very sad. 900 superconductors. Dang. Yeah, you get like 1 every time you use 100. I was watching it. I was opening up the refinery and I was watching my 100 gold turn into 1 ingot. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this so much. It was so sad. Plats on moon or asteroids? Nice. Good to know. Yeah, definitely gonna wanna at least hit some asteroids around and come back. Maybe just like a proof of concept voyage. And then save up a lot of hydrogen and go back out. Yep. So yeah, all the drills are definitely built. We do have some good amounts of stone on board, but I'm kind of greedy and I want more. So I think I'm gonna start a piston design here. I'm gonna extend it this way across so that these can still go and I can destroy them later if need be. Wait. Okay, so what we were just talking about before, if I destroy this block, then I can have all these fall and I can just deconstruct them, right? So maybe I don't do it there. Maybe I do it over here. Use 3 yields and a speed. Nice. Yeah, I had the philosophy of like, when I got resources, I wanted as much bang for my buck as possible. So anything that I get in speed, I want it to be because I have extra refineries, I guess. It requires a lot more resources, but I mean, you get more. You get more resources. You got all the yields. And that was my philosophy. I don't think there's particularly a right or wrong way to do it. It is all up to personal preference. But that was my philosophy when I started on it. I was just like, yeah, I want as much bang for my buck as possible here. And my toolbars are very messy. Because I don't open this survival playthrough off stream at all. The only thing I do off stream is design in creative mode. And I've only brought one of those designs in so far on a projector. Oh, I did bring a creative mode design in at the very start. So you could say that. My spawn ship, which did not last very long, was a creative project that was spawned in. I didn't actually use survival resources on it, but I haven't seen any of those resources in a long time. since episode 1. They have despawned, I'm sure. I'm looking for my pistons. I don't think I have them anymore. Let's create more toolbar stuff. Get some pistons, and then that's pretty much it. Let's just add the drill here for convenience. A jump drive would be amazing too, but I'm pretty sure those are very, very expensive. One piston, maybe 2? But then fitting drills on the end of it would be a challenge. So let's go ahead and stick the drill on. We can fit more pistons in on the next design. For the next iteration of this drill. My lights. Where are they? There they are. It's also really nice to just be able to, like, if you need steel plate, you just walk up to something that has steel plate and you just steal it. You just grind a little bit off and the nanites are just like, oh, let's replace that. The same height. Yeah. I might want to extend the hole down eventually, but yeah, just kind of working with what depth we have at the moment. But yeah, jump drives I'm sure are a pain. Do they use platinum? 2 of them. 4 jumps. Yeah, they're heavily dependent on weight. So if you just have more cargo on board, they will take forever to get places. And they'll take so much power, I'm sure. Absolutely crazy. I don't know why I have all my tools on toolbar 2. I'm just gonna stick all the resources that I have in here. Alright. Oh yeah. I don't know if this is quite functional yet, because it is missing the head components. Steel tubes, steel plates. I kind of want to wait for the head to be built before I start extending this at all. Also, I want to wait for all the drills to turn on. But that is something that we can... I'll turn them all on after I deconstruct this. Yeah. Let me go in here. Not drill. Hold on. Control panel for the drills. All the complete ones. Turn them all off. Let all the stone drain out of them. And then I'm gonna sever the connection and put a deconstruction beacon on it. Because we have enough room already for the next drill design. We just need resources. That's where this thing comes in. Gives us all the resources we could need. I'm just kind of delaying here. Delaying the inevitable. Goodbye, friend. Oh, let me turn off this rotation too. Before the drills hit one another. Advanced rotor. Braking torque. Let's have a little bit. And then let's set the velocity to 0. That was pretty sudden. Is everything okay? Alright, it's time. time to take it all apart. But using power that we can't afford to use. Let's do the first one. It'll give us some components that we might need. Deconstruction beacon. And we're missing power cell and radio communication component, but I don't know if we need to fully build it. But I shall. There's a lot of one-way sorters, so I'm gonna have to take it pretty much directly from the St. Elise. Take one of these and one of these. Don't have much power. I'll probably stop by the base to power up a little bit. Oh, it built it by itself. That answers that question. All we need is a steel plate. That's cool. There was another thing where I was doing a playthrough with the nanites, and mid-playthrough, like between two episodes, well, this playthrough, but because this is my only playthrough, but between two episodes, Nanite Facility came out with an update where they had said, oh, I don't know if I've set them to deconstruct. Hold on. I haven't given them the ability to deconstruct, I don't believe. But the nanites had an update where they arbitrarily required some sort of control seat or console or something on the same grid, and I didn't have one, so my nanites just stopped working where they had been working before because of the update. And they said in the little bug stuff, in the troubleshooting stuff that they have right here, they said the control seat required. There's no control seat on grid. So I built one, and it basically just costed me what? It's like one interior plate, and then it was functional again. This thing really doesn't care too much whether things are fully built, which is why I'm also slightly confused about whether or not these things are working. Because traditionally, it doesn't really care too much about whether it's fully built or not. It just works with things if they exist. If they exist at all. So the nanites should be doing quite a few things, but I'm not seeing anything happen per se. And it's not because we have no power. Is it? We have plenty of power. How's our resources doing? Stone, stone, and stone. Stones in the connector. Things are just everywhere. Oh, it was picking stuff up. Interesting. I'm gonna put that over there. I like to have things together somewhat. Not 100% OCD about everything, but I do like my things to work. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just how it is. It's the nanites are really complicated. It's taken me a long time to sort of troubleshoot them. I don't know if I'd recommend the nanites to other players, but for this series at least, they're what I'm gonna stick with because they seem to be sort of balanced, I guess. They seem to be very painful, but at the same time they'll help you out at the same time. They do a lot of good for you, but they cause a lot of pain at the same token. Yeah, I don't exactly know what they're doing. They should be working, and they're not. They're slacking. They occasionally do that. But what I do know is I need more power. And I'm missing 3 health, so why not get that too? Man, power's really good over here. I guess that's the trade-off. I built 2 different stations, and I just didn't consider that I could just have everything at one, right? I could just move all of this over here, and I could have the power of that station and the resource collection of this one all in one. Would it be a little overpowered, and would I not really be able to do much? Sure, because everything would be right at my fingertips. But I mean, it would be nice. Why is it completely at a standstill? That's my question. Where'd it go? Did it despawn? No. I think a ton of resources just despawned. I think like 10 drills at least. Just. Oh, that's painful. I have the trash cleanup on, and I think the game just took them out. Like, it would be wonderful if this thing just took them, but I don't think that's what happened. I don't see the resources. Dang. There was no power on it. So the game took it out. That's sad. Okay. Time to look. It's scanning. Turn it off and on. Maybe it was stuck trying to scan things. It's got like 5 targets, 10 targets. Okay, so it's slowly finding all the different drills that need help. Megawatts per stream is down from like 26 to 22. So I mean, a little bit of help, but not a ton. I gotta say, not a big improvement percentage wise. It's a whole megawatt, so like I'll welcome it, but that's a small chunk when you look at the all the power that thing's gonna use. Got a pretty good travel speed, 15 meters per second. I'm thinking that all of the upgrade modules are working, because I do see upgrades on there. So I don't think gold is too terribly important. Yeah, it's 22 megawatts per stream, which means adding streams will add the amount of power that it can use. I can limit the number of streams. Like, so right now it has 3 streams that it can use for every single function. Like 3 for repairing, 3 for deconstructing. Like, they're all separate from one another. So if you have this thing doing a lot of different types of tasks, it can be using hundreds, probably somewhere close to thousands of megawatts, right? And then the upgrades give you the potential for having more nanites. So right now I can use 9 streams that are just dedicated to repairing. Yeah, I do need a large reactor. But I have no uranium. I have not found uranium yet. I'm on Earth. I think that's only on the alien planet. Yeah. It is definitely. It would definitely be helpful. Gotta say. Yeah, I definitely want to get a fighter ship soon because of that one Parallax base pod. It's killed me like probably close to 10 times already in this playthrough. So I wanna take it out. I wanna end its career. I'm gonna get some sort of a fighter ship. I don't want to drive the Saint Elise over there because it's down in a valley. Steal the uranium. Yeah. Uranium is only from asteroids. Interesting. Yeah, definitely gonna try to steal some uranium once I get more aggressive in my builds. But right now, everything I have is pretty much geared toward like it can defend itself, but it can't really go out and attack things all too well. I'm definitely excited for the vanilla railgun that's gonna get added soon. 3 different ones. 3 different fighters. That's pretty cool. Like if you're fighting something big and burly, probably really good to have some missiles. Probably a lot of front-facing missiles if you're nimble. But fast things are definitely require Gatlings. Yeah, the railgun. That thing looks massive. I think it's very fixed in place like the Mat cannon. However, if you've seen the player made turrets with scripts, like it's like people love to put a lot of front facing little Gatling guns on the scripted turrets, but I think you could script a railgun on a few rotors, and I'm definitely gonna try that out at some point if that gets added relatively soon. I have no idea when the release date on that stuff is though. I've been like kind of watching it for like the really hype stuff, but I don't know when the release date is. Oh. What was I even doing here? Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out why I wasn't building my drills. And it got foggy. Got foggy again. I have weather stuff on, but I've only seen 1 lightning storm. I think it might be biome dependent. They are really slacking. Why are they slacking? Oh, you know what? There's one other possibility here. It's a setting that I like to mess with more than I should. No? That's on. So it should be queuing the resources it needs from the assemblers. What's the production looking like then? It's making a couple of things. Let's take that all out. Don't focus on the... Yeah, I think it's trying to queue up every resource that it needs right now. No. Stop thinking about superconductors. Please. Just... Yeah, we just want construction components, and we want a lot of them, apparently. Gosh. I think it's sort of on strike until it gets all of the components it needs. Let's see. 2 swarm missile pods. Yeah. Those are the homing missiles, right? They're the Halo pack, I think. 3 gats, a turret. Or are they the M1? I forget. There's like, no, like the Halo ones I think are called like Archer pods, right? And then the like M1 pack, I think it was, has the swarm missiles. And the it was another really nice like heavy type of missile. They're not the Halo ones. Yeah. Yeah. Short fuel range though. Oh, you mean it doesn't really go far? Yeah. That's what I kind of go overboard on stuff a little bit. Like before I even knew that this would be really hungry for power, I just stuffed so many batteries in here, and I've got 12 hydrogen engines, and I've got 4 large hydrogen tanks in here. Like, this thing is completely overboard. Link the mod setup I use. Might be nice. I don't know exactly what order stuff goes in, because I think the frameworks go at the top, right? And then, like, the things that use the frameworks go below. And that's pretty much all I know. But I'm not exactly sure how certain things interact, because there's so many different mods by so many different creators. It's hard to know what's gonna mesh well and what order it has to be in, you know? I think that's a really confusing topic when you're first getting into mods. Because this is the first game that I've modded, because it was so easy to do it. It was just linked into Steam. Like, I've played Minecraft too, but I've never modded Minecraft. I think modded Minecraft would be really fun, but I've never gotten into it. We're just steadily getting more and more construction components. If I give them directly to... Oh, let's narrow it by system stuff. Tell me it's considered system, please. Say consider just the nanites? Hello? Nanite control facility is a system. Take it, please. Please. Use it. Just take my money. Take it. Order doesn't matter too much. Weapon core is big, yeah. That's why I put it at the top of the mod list, I'm pretty sure. And then I put the vanilla weapon core in. I think I showed the mod list right at the start of episode 1. So if you wanted to look back at that at some point. That's what I'm using, and then I added the only thing I've added to it since is the nanites. I don't exactly know where I slipped them in the order, though. Why are they not working? Is it because they're on a subgrid? Does it not work if they're too many subgrids apart? Now here's the other thing I can try. I put a repair there. No, wait, okay. So that thing is... Oh yeah, YouTube is deleting the link. Yeah. Yeah, but it looks like YouTube took out the link. I know I had a couple of run-ins, like when the YouTube first started, when this channel first started. There were a lot of bots that would send links to a lot of sites, and I had to, as quick as I could, delete them. So I've added some anti-link measures to comments and lives to thwart those bots. But yeah, I think I'll turn the links back on in live chat starting next stream. And I think I'll leave links off of my comments still, because I know that's where the bots attack. But yeah, I'm gonna take that back in. Oh yeah, Steam. Let's see. I will have to find my Steam info at the end of the stream. Well, I could go ahead and pull Steam up in an extra little tab here. No harm, no foul. While I'm waiting for the nanites to sort of sort themselves out. Yeah, I'll find my Steam info here. Like Steam ID, right? How do you make friends in Steam? Is it through Steam ID? I sound like an old geezer right now. I don't even know how Steam friending works. Gosh. If I check my friends. How is it? Oh, did you find it by the channel name? Tortalic? And would you happen to be Light Sparrow then? Yeah. Because I see a Light Sparrow. I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. I'm gonna assume that's you. There's a little bit of a delay between us. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept that invite. And we are back. Cool, cool. So, drills. No. Why does it not work? There is something wrong with my nanites. It's not power. I got a link. And your notification's actually gonna pop up on stream because I need to figure out how to not do that. Nanites. Ever since I set you to deconstruction, you've stopped doing what I need you to do. Use conveyor system. Let's just give the whole system a shock and see if it comes back to life. Turn a lot of the settings on and off. When you're troubleshooting something, the first thing you should do is turn it on and off. Nice. ever since I went for one of those unknown signals and I just flew right into it, and the inhibitor field knocked my thrusters off and just killed me with the impact. I wasn't able to get my stuff because I was a gun. So ever since, I just have not gone for those if they are close to the parallax. Honestly, I only go for those now if they like fall into my lap. I'm mostly trying to troubleshoot all of the various things that are just not working. The biggest concern would be if the assemblers are not producing anything. ST2 is still going kind of crazy, but that's not the main assembler, right? Oh no. Oh no. Stop. No, not with the superconductors. This is why I want gold. Not necessarily because it's going to add functionality. But yeah. The weather just gets foggy sometimes. Like, I'm just here on one of the poles of the Earth. Either north or south. I'm not sure because I've done like zero recon. I just know it's really snowy here. And the snow mixed with the fog just takes out all of your visibility. Yeah, that is a very small target, honestly. Basically has to fall on the rover. No, I think if you see it up in the air as like 1 or 2 kilometers away, and then it falls and it's like 1 kilometer or something, that's usually the range that I go for. It depends on how much stuff I have going on at the moment. They do have camo stuff. Yeah. It's like I have a few different things. I'm actually going to go and see if the nanites can't just like figure out themselves really quick. That seems full. Yeah, I have a few things. But like I mostly go for just like small little accent stuff. Apparently I go for the cow welder. Oh yeah, I went for terracotta. Metallic grinder, I guess, because that's pretty nice. Carpet drill? I mean, that's not terrible. I kind of like it. And the glamour rifle, sure. I have no rifle right now. So yeah, whenever I pull a rifle out, it's just gonna be pink. We're gonna go with it. I go with the rule of cool. I am blue. Yeah, I don't show my... Oh gosh. I don't show my character enough, but yeah. That's basically like blue with white accents. And then I try to build stuff that's maybe blue or red accents. I don't know, I just stick with like blue, black, red. Maybe some white accented stuff. That's usually the color scheme I go for. Probably gonna try out some different color schemes too. But that's what sort of seems on brand for the moment. Like the battered blue armor is what I'm building some of my stuff out of, and then this was just its own wild color scheme, which I really like. Thank you. Yeah, I really do like the color schemes I've got going on, but for some of the stuff I just go default. I could just paint all of it, right? Like I would do like a paint all for the whole grid, make it battered blue, but then I don't know how it interacts with the connector. I don't want to ruin that paint job. Just in case. And I really want these to build, and I'm so confused why they're not. They're connected. Maybe take the constructor off. Maybe it's getting really confused because it's connected to this and there's a beacon on it. But it was confused before too, so my nanites really are on strike. Why is it? Okay. The colors definitely mean something. And I've been trying ever since I first built them. Like here and there, I'll kind of like observe it and try to figure out what it's doing. I think pink is scanning, and then green is it thinks it's done with everything. And then if it's currently doing a job, it'll have this thing that spits out of the middle and has a lot of electricity around it. Power's looking okay because the nanites haven't done anything in a while and we have turbines. But I am very confused here. Just get the nanites to queue in the assemblers whatever it needs. Because apparently you need something. Don't know what you're trying to do. But I really want you to automatically build nanite control facility. Let's take a look. Possible targets 10. Do you want to act on those targets? No. The superconductors cannot be stopping me from making progress. This is unacceptable. Things are gonna have to go. Goodbye. It has a cleanup function. It's fine. Yeah. Do the cleanup. Grab the parts. Power. I want to keep power. I'll take speed out. Does this one have enough superconductors on it? No, it does not. So it doesn't deserve to exist yet. That's what I'm going with, and that's what I'm sticking with. All the components just fell, but hopefully they will be cleaned up, because this thing can clean stuff up in a certain radius. I think it's like a kilometer out. Just pick stuff up. So cleanup's on. Let's not do projection construction. I don't want you to be tempted to rebuild those based on the projector back there. Don't want it. I do not want it. So I'm just going to fully trust that it's going to pick up all those valuable components. Actually, I wonder if they've fallen through. So this is all the little nanites here. And they're just one by one, they're just picking stuff up. Hopefully before it all despawns. They're not the fastest. Let me help them out. A lot of stuff down here. There's probably some stuff stuck in there too, in the little cracks. But I'm sure that the nanites will get... Oh, there's more. Yep, the more I can clear it for the nanites, the more power I'll be saving. But I'm kind of a little bit more stubborn about, hey, the actual building part. What? Wait, I had like 87% health. I just watched myself die on the delayed stream. How did... I don't understand how I just insta-deathed like that. I need to take the things that I want before the nanites steal them from me. Now I have things to grind down in the assembler. But hey, the drills. I can actually start turning things on. My game is frozen. There it is, it's back. It's done this since last stream or the stream before. Sometimes it'll periodically freeze. I'm choosing not to be worried, because that's probably fine. Probably. Return them all on. Apparently they're already hitting the side. So this was amazing placement somehow. And then I will have the advanced rotor turn very, very slowly, actually. You know, I'll have it turn about the same speed. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna make the arm very, very slow. Like, probably as slow as possible. I'm not even gonna turn it on until the sparks stop. Just so I know that it's got a decent start. But yes. The mining has begun again, and the nanites are working. I don't know why they weren't working, but they're working now. Should automatically build the last few drills. Should. And this would be a very nice time lapse. However, it is all live. The whole series, all of it, painstakingly live. But I think chat interaction, definitely a newer development, definitely a more engaging element. It's very nice. It's definitely adding something to the streams. And this is adding stone to the streams. Lots and lots of wonderful stone. They are literally paying for themselves. Paying for all the resources I lost. RIP. Guess that just goes to show me that I shouldn't be so lazy when it comes to salvage operations. Especially if they don't have the battery on them. I've got to act a little bit quicker. So right now the piston is not moving out at all, because I want it to get a little bit of a foothold. Drill out what is immediately around it first, and then I'll start moving the piston out at some sort of arbitrary rate. But it is all working. Yeah, the upgrades needing like 1,000 superconductors. I guess that was what was holding us up. So, lesson learned, if you're using the nanite control facility and there are things you just can't afford, don't expect other more affordable things to be built. Get all of the resources for all the things you want to build, and then the nanites will help you out just fine at a price that is your soul, because the power is always being churned out. Is sort of done in a way. I imagine toward the bottom it still needs some help. Still needs to work on that layer. So we will leave it be for a bit. A bit and a bob. The only thing this thing is missing is a medical room. But it's not the most convenient places to put it. We could stick it in the ceiling here, but it'd be right on a connector. Actually, it wouldn't be terrible. It'd look kind of weird, but it would work. Huh. Just thinking. But yeah, after we get a lot of resources here, which I think our resources should be pouring in. Small cargo container with some credits in it. I have reactor components. That's right. Because I took apart all those important little bits and bobs. Those aren't full, are they? No, they're not full, which is good. Very important for them not to be full. Stop. Cease. Cease making the superconductors, please. You have 86 extra superconductors right now. Just want you to work. You can get your upgrades later. And I will probably build the same upgrade pattern. Just function. That's all I want. For now. Just function. It's always weird on this hill too, because you just walk at an angle. Nice. Light Sparrow got one. I inspired someone to play Space Engineers. Or maybe they were just planning on playing today. Who knows? But yeah, for no exact science at all, for no reason in particular, I'm gonna start moving the piston out. At a very, very slow rate. The slowest rate probably possible. I have no idea if it's gonna move at all. But we shall see. I just mainly want it to work. I'm not too worried about speed. And I know it's going to get harder and harder for it to work the wider and wider it goes around the circle. So that is going. Let's check the resource count, because that is what we're here for. Let's go back to all systems. There's a little bit of stone. There's not too much, I guess, because we've been working through all of it. Connector 3's got a lot of stone in it for some reason. I will gladly take these from the connector that's not attached to the well, before I leave, I'm going to steal all the resources from the connector, because apparently they like to pile in. But we have 200,000 stone. That's not terrible. And then iron. That is the big resource of the day. It looks like we did spend a lot of iron. No. I mean, we've gained like 10,000 iron sitting here. But apparently magnesium has taken over my refineries, which is not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. Let me find some stone. Actually, wait, where's that cargo container? Stone in it. Stone before magnesium. And then, if we check on the refineries and we steal it, then stone should plop in. There we go. The trick works. Sure. All right. It is just going. I know why magnesium took up my refineries now, because the stone gets processed so fast. So quickly. It's looking like down there's not too much to be found. I am seeing still deformations in the wall. So that means it is still working. And the piston's probably extended very slightly. So I guess this is just gonna do its thing. Can I expand this operation so that it can comfortably work while I'm gone? Very comfortably. Which is perfect height. And then I might as well fill all these with batteries. Because that would do my OCD happy. Which, of course, I have none of. But nice order. Order in the world. And of course I didn't change the paint yet. Battered. We're gonna use resources to get resources. Which is very counterintuitive, but should work out. The nanites are happy again, which is good to see. And they are just, gosh, this thing looks crazy, but I love it. I think I can comfortably allow it to do its thing while I'm gone. It'll build up some storage, some power. It will build up some resources for when I return. And I don't think it mines at a crazy rate, so I should return by the time these storage containers fill. Shouldn't be that crazy. Just the main thing is, are we netting resources? Are we investing way too much and not getting enough in return? Over time, we're definitely going to get a return. But I think we're definitely slowing down how fast we can actually leave. We're going to have to sit here for a while gaining resources now. Because I keep investing resources into the mine, and some despawned down there. But all is good. All is good in the neighborhood, because we still have way more power than we need. I say that, but we're gonna burn through it when the Saint Elise comes back. Building this crazy contraption. We've already built the camera, which is nice. Moment of truth is the word camera sprawled across. The word camera is not on it. That's fine. I think should be in the right position. So it has a nice little reflection too. It's a good addition to it. And I really wanted to complete this thing, but that does not look feasible in the stream. It really does not. I am very disappointed to say we're not going to meet our goal today, but what I can do is stock up some resources over here, over yonder. This is now a design that I'm not going to have to constantly change. So, I mean, eventually it's going to run out, but it's going to be a long time till that happens. Wait. Oh no. I may have a problem with this design. The only way to tell is to see if the stone is... Okay, the stone's not backing up in the drill. Okay, which means it's connected. Which means it was built on the right thing. If it was built on this block, then this would just be glitching out, causing clang, which no one likes. And we would be having a really, really bad day. Luckily, it's not connected to this. Okay. Yeah, no clang for us. Just take out all that so it doesn't hit. It's a pretty nice little design. Refine it a little bit. Change it up. Do something while I'm down here, you know? Because we need the resources. And it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take way too much time. This completely live series definitely has some downfalls, but I mean, if you're still here watching, then it's for something. It's an experimentational concept. Trying to see what content in particular would work. That's all a experimentation process. Can't even speak. Trying to gain experience and hopefully become a little bit better as time progresses. That's not what I was planning to do. Yeah, there we go. Doing a paint job. And it is a-okay if the whole thing doesn't turn blue, like the drills, because the drills be a lot. Yeah, why not? We're gonna keep them for a while. We're gonna add them to the blue family. And then we might as well not stop there. Finish the paint job. No more default gray for you. But the downside of this is now I have sentimental value attached to this. It looks nice now to a degree. It's like a little mining platform. I can just dump resources in. I mean, it was functionally the same a second ago. But now I'm attached to it. So better not malfunction and die, because that would be very sad. And yeah, I don't really have any connection to this section. I can just rip it off at any moment where something else would work better there. Which, I mean, it's not really working the best. Materials are just conglomerating here and not really going further. But gonna fix that eventually. Is there a space so I can just fly up into it? I think it's designed so I barely can't do that. I can try though. Be fun. Wait, squirming up. Fits. Fits. I guess not. Ow. The game decided to punish me for trying to wiggle my way in between a few blocks. I don't know, if we build up enough iron, I'll probably end the episode docking it back up here. Be a nice little full circle there. Ending up back here and starting off the next episode with more progress. Progress is key. But it's looking very nice. It's looking a lot more complete now. I think mostly the thrusters at the top are going to be huge. And I think it's going to work more effectively now that those upgrade modules are off. Seems kind of backwards, but I honestly think that's true to a certain point. The superconductors being queued is not going to stop us any longer. Once we build that, we can go get the actual gold that we need, and then the superconductors will never be a problem again. Until we demand too many superconductors, and then problems will arise. We'll have to get another gold vein. But yeah, I'm liking it. It looks dynamic. Doesn't look like 100% functional. I'm trying to avoid 100% functional because it's just like not a ton of creativity. Not to dog on 100% functional, because that is probably, I mean, you can quantify it and say, yes, it is the best way. But it's not as fun. At least not for me. That's the way that I'll mostly opt to do things accidentally. But I like that. I like that a lot. So the same thing about the battery buggy, ain't it? died. I don't like the future prospects of this thing being death. Poor drill. Well, we can't attach. Let's just check on the iron supply. It's looking okay. Why refinery? Why? Why do you pain me so? We have 50,000 iron. We had 100,000 iron before and it disappeared. I think we go take what we have and we go see what we can do with it. And that will wrap up our episode. So it seems right. Going to set the batteries to recharge for a second. Steal the battery from this base here. Oh, the drills are really gonna suffer, aren't they? Oh, they're still working somehow. Dang. Oh, there's more. There's not more batteries. There's actually not much power here to steal, honestly. Not much at all. We can steal a little bit, but then we gotta go. So I'm gonna set them back to auto, detach, and turn the hydrogen engines on. And we are off. I think we might actually be heavier than we were last time we attempted this and needed a thruster on the St. Elise to actually move anywhere. This is gonna be a sketchy ride home. We're gonna have to take a slightly different path. So, to gain speed, my wheels have to be straight. However, to turn like I need to turn the wheel. It's crazy how that works. It doesn't work at the same time. I think that's the strength of my suspension. I don't think I have any extremely amazing things wheel-wise queued up here on my bar. So we're just gonna plow through a couple of trees and make our way home. Luckily we have the nanites. So everything will get repaired if it does get damaged. Which is another reason why I absolutely love nanites. I don't have to go through checking every block. And another amazing thing is we have like a day worth of power for just driving and not using nanites. 6 hours because we're going uphill. Okay, I'm gonna need to do my 15-point turn here. I think the wheel in the middle too. Hold on. Oh, I don't know which wheels those are. I don't know what they're named. I'll have to check them out later. But I want to set them so they don't have a turning thing going on. Because I think if they were just straight the whole time, this thing would be able to turn a little bit better. Gosh, this thing is crazy to drive when it's full. And not to say that it's anywhere close to full, but when it has some resources on it, This thing is tanky. I might be able to connect just like this. Straightened it up, so. Is it too tall? Slightly. If I lower the ooh, that's increase. If I lower the strength of the suspension. And if I lower the offset, yeah, the lowered offset. But now I'm off center. Okay, just making the small little adjustments. Maybe it locks. And you just set it down more. There. It's attached. Locked. There we go. And then the nanites are just gonna go crazy. I believe. It's probably gonna take a little while to scan everything first. But then, yeah, the nanites should just go wild. I want to add windows on the sides so I can kind of see in. See how the nanites are doing. But yeah, I definitely want you to reconsider what's around. Definitely wanted to think about it. And then check on the assemblers. No. No. None of that. We're not worried about those. And why is the nanite control facility not cooperating? Repair construction, projection construction, sure. Clean up. You can use the assemblers if you want. Construction nanites, they haven't found any possible targets yet. That's not ideal. I want them to find the targets. Oh, wait, the hydrogen engines. Turn them off, turn them off. We save a little bit. We save a tiny bit of hydrogen. Come on, my friend, you have so much power. Come on, do your work. It's all connected. This is connected. That's connected. You don't understand. You're supposed to be building. Why have you chosen violence? Why have you chosen violence? So many components just scattered around. I can definitely use some of these, particularly the plates. And the motors. I mean, you want a lot of motors, don't you? Construction components. Plates. You've got a lot of stuff on board. I think you should go ahead and really think about using some of it. There are things you should build. Why are the nanites so crazy? Production assembler. Got a few things. Is it too full? It's not too full, not even close. Not even close. But the inventory of the refineries. They're working on magnesium. Of course. I guess I'll let them go do that. Gonna get that out of the way eventually, I suppose. That's a lot of fun. I don't know why my nanites are acting up a lot. But hey, they're really nice when they do work. I don't know. They're a confusing bunch, though. But yeah, we have gotten a few more materials. More materials are waiting for us over yonder. I wonder how fast the materials are stacking up. Check particularly the inventories of the large cargo containers. And this one is slowly filling. I think the way we have it set up, it doesn't get too terribly much at a time because the piston goes really slowly. Well, that is pretty ideal, honestly. And then the battery should be increasing. Fully recharged in 5 hours. Good to know. So all that stuff going on is just going to charge the batteries. But I really want the nanites to activate because I have a lot of power here. And I don't want to waste the turbines' time. Nanites. You can do the things. Actually, just repair. Scanning all the blocks, and the construction nanites haven't found possible targets. Why? Why have you not found possible targets? Everything is almost full on power. Fully depleted in a year. That's the best. That's the best thing I've ever seen from this. Fully depleted in 1 year. Perfect. I could leave this game running for a year and then the batteries would run out. Batteries on my computer would run out before them. Perfect. A lot of crazy things have happened this episode. The turrets went down facing. Not sure what's up with that. The nanites are very fussy. I don't get you. Take this. Repair beacon. It's like if I update these blocks, maybe the nanites find them. I don't know. It didn't fall in my lap. It probably would have fallen in my lap if I was over there at the magnesium mine. But no, didn't really fall in my lap there. But in any case, I think that's gonna do it for the stream. Probably stream again in the next few days. But until then, just have a great week. Hopefully your week goes a little bit more predictably than this episode did. Alright, well, good luck out there. I'm sad because of this ending. But I'm sure we can pick it up and fix it next time. Title this video Completing the Overminer. How silly of me. I merely grabbed some more resources. That's all I did. Collecting resources for the Overminers. I'm going to rename this. But anyways, hope you guys had a fun day. And I'll see you guys in the next one.